Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the inbox for the e-commerce platform. Now, in this particular overview, we want to point out that there are a lot of different options for the inbox and how we can take advantage of this, including different methods of notifying the user whenever they get something into their inbox. Overall, we want you to hopefully see this as just a high-level overview, and that given the opportunity, which we will present at the end of the video, we will be able to provide you with more details specific to your specific use case and how you might use it for your industry and your business. Okay, with that said, let's get into it. Okay, so in this first example, what we're taking a look at here is a user's dashboard. And in their dashboard, they have notifications that show up in their inbox. Now you can see there's a little icon that they can see visually whenever they're navigating through the site. In this case, when they're in the dashboard, they're going to see any of their unread messages. Now, in addition to seeing a notification within the dashboard, they can also see a notification in their user mini menu. And they can also see an icon that shows up once they've logged in, even without expanding the mini menu. So these are options just to make sure that visually the user has a cue that they have an unread message or an unread notification. Now, in addition to this, what we want to point out is that a lot of the interactions, the workflows, the governance within your website, it will trigger some form of notification. As a default, we recommend that this go into the inbox no matter what. The inbox is a great place to persist the information, regardless of their kind of external to the site forms of notification that they want to subscribe to. Now, for many users, they also, in addition to having their inbox, they also want to get notifications in their own preferred methodology and on the frequency that makes sense for the specific type of notification. So whether it's in the inbox or somewhere in the user dashboard, we do recommend that the user have access to be able to change the settings for when they're notified. And depending on the type of notification, whether it goes to text, email, an app that we have connected to the e-commerce application, etc. There are many different kind of mediums for notifying the user, and the user should be able to control these mediums in addition to receiving items in their inbox. Okay, so whenever they're in the inbox and they're taking a look at the items, we want them to be able to mark the items as read, delete them, and be able to go in and actually read the items in detail. So here a user is reading one of the items in detail. They can reply or forward this message. And here you can see they have a really nice WYSIWYG editor, just a really simple kind of clean editor. And they can also see some of the previous messages as well and expand and collapse those. So they also have the ability to create a new message. So here you can see they're composing a new message and they can actually choose who they're sending this to based on their permissions. Now, typically, whenever you're operating with an inbox in an e-commerce application, a lot of the notifications that a user is going to create, they may end up being internal to their organization. So they may be sending to other folks within an organization, possibly at a different location, or possibly based on an approval request that they want to get processed, a quote, something like that. They may also, if it's a marketplace or a buying group, for example, they may also want to get in touch with someone within the marketplace about a product or an item or an offering, etc. Finally, of course, they also may want to get in touch with support and customer service, for example. Maybe they need to take care of a refund or a replacement. And instead of going through the standard replacement process, they start here. Whatever it is, we want the user to be able to compose messages, but intelligently restrict who they have access to send those messages to. Okay, so moving on, let's take a look at another example. In this particular example, we're taking a look at the user's dashboard. And here you can see this dashboard is a much different presentation style. And we're calling this the message hub instead of the inbox. What we want you to take away from this is that we can highly customize the way that this is presented, including breaking out the different notification types within the inbox. This is really helpful for vendors, for example, if they're getting RFQ requests. Here you can see there's a spam folder. So maybe this is going to be users who are messaging this person, but they haven't been added to a a contact list of any kind or an approved kind of recipients list, if you will. They also have the ability to flag items and then see items that they put into the trash that maybe they want to still access for a certain period of time as a backup or recycling bin type of model. Now, they also can create their own folders, and they can set up basic logic to be able to put items into these folders. So again, this is a much more robust implementation, but here you can see that in this particular case, this is a seller that they're interacting with, and maybe they're interacting between a buyer and a seller within this marketplace. And so you can see it's a very chat style of messaging where they're going to be able to go in and type their messages, and they can even select particular products that they're going to type those messages about. They can also change the status of this inquiry, and then they can only show items within the inquiry that are unread. Now, if we come in and take a look at this particular item for an RFQ, or request for quote, you can see that it also includes details around the product itself. So the person that's submitting the quote, they may complete a process like this, where they're going to the site and they are submitting an inquiry for a product. Here, they're requesting 25,000 of that particular item. And so whenever they make that request, the actual submission that goes to the seller might look something like this. So this is just to give you an example of, this interaction using the inbox between a buyer and seller, which is maybe similar to an example that you may have within your business for how you're going to take advantage of this inbox. The main takeaway here is that we can queue up data within the system based on what the user is interacting with whenever they initiate a chat or whenever they initiate a request of some kind or a workflow. And we can enrich that conversation with that related information. Here you can see they also have access to view attachments. And so this is just a really nice opportunity for them to be able to get access to the information at hand related to that quote request. Okay, so wrapping up this video, one of the big things that we want you to take away from the inbox is that it's highly customizable, and it's possible for the user themselves to be able to set up rules, set up folders, do things like that if it's needed. In most cases, it really makes sense to keep it as simple as you possibly can. And we have a very nice turnkey solution for that, where the users can accumulate their notifications into the inbox. They can see a simple presentation of when they have items they haven't read the notifications for. They can also have an enriched experience based on the different types of notifications, where we can dynamically present information to them that enriches that notification data. So next, we want to present you with options for how you might enable this for your specific business and how you might customize it for your business. Every business has very specific needs, and we want to provide you with an offer that is complementary to be able to kind of get into those options for your business and how we might be able to help you find a good solution, whether it's with our platform or not, so that you can cater and customize an inbox and chat and some of the notifications and workflows to your specific use case. So with that in mind, we've set up a complimentary discovery process where, as you're evaluating some of the different options for e-commerce vendors and some of the capabilities, in this case around group ordering, bulk ordering, capabilities to do things that are maybe complex around punch out catalog, for example, wish list, shopping list, etc. We really are experts in these areas, and we want to help you out. Whether or not you end up working with us, we offer a complimentary discovery process that can help you get some of this documented. We actually bring in a business analyst team member to help document what your needs are and help present options and solutions. And whether or not we can provide a great fit, we absolutely want to help you with your process. We thank you very much for watching this video, and we will look forward to seeing you in the next one. Thanks again. Bye for now.